Hi everyone. So I'm working on a project which is in between like a box and a table. Time I'm working for a neighbor, a friend. So in this project, we are planning to build an enclosure for a speaker. Now we want this to house the speaker and put in as many fine furniture capabilities as we can, and at the same time keep it like both the ends open because we don't want to fully cover the speaker and hamper with acoustics. And also, like, the purpose I believe is to make sure that this also serves like a small table kind of a thing. So that's the idea, and we don't want to add too many like additional features like drawers and all, which we were considering, but right now we are not going for that. So I have my stock here. Like, this time I'm using Poplar. So as you can see here, right now I'm in the process of stock preparation. I will spend considerable amount of time on this one. So I started with something slightly over 1 inch thickness. I'll keep it around 7 by 8 inch thick. Again, I'm working with hand tools, so around 7 by 8 means could be like a little bit more, could be less, but everything has to be uniform. That's the idea. So all of these pieces, actually, you can see I have already marked like the with the face and the face edge, meaning like I have hand planed, used my winding sticks to remove any twists, and this side is like glass smooth and everything ready. Also, I have made one edge 90 degrees as my registration, and then I have used my bandsaw to resaw all of these to around, like, right now these are around 1 inch or maybe a 16th less than 1 inch, something around that. And I will be planing this. So this one I just finished with that. This is my registration face edge, and then I used a marking gauge like around 7 by 18th. I kept it slightly over that, marked it all the way around, and used my scrub plane to bring it to dimension. Now I am yet to laminate the woods. Why I am doing this dimensioning right now is because it's just easier. The moment I have a very big panel, if I have too much stock to remove, it is going to be very difficult to do that. Possible, but more difficult. So I'm bringing it as close to dimension as possible, and then I will work on the edge jointing, and then I will again look at making sure after lamination it is again like smooth and no twists and that kind of thing. If everything goes well, there shouldn't be any, but I will double check that again. Yeah, I spent considerable time on this one, so I'm not going to record everything, but I can still record some part of it. So I'll just pick up a random piece of stock. This is a big one I picked, doesn't matter. So I'll just quickly go over what I'm doing. Again, this has been resawn using my bandsaw. Unfortunately, my bandsaw is not set that accurately right now because it's an old blade. I have to change the blade and do it, but I'm not worried about that. I'm going to dimension it by hand. So this side and this side are all done. So let me plane this side. This is very rough. Increasing the set on this one. This side is not my registration face, so I don't need to be super accurate as of now, but I need it smooth enough to use my marking gauge. And yeah, it's around 90 degrees. I'll use that to just mark. I will hand plane this the other side to that line. By the way, this is a vintage marking gauge which I had bought on eBay, but the pins were all damaged, so I have used my own pins. I have hardened it using a blowtorch, and this is now working very nice. Great. It's a great feeling to restore a vintage tool and put it to work. I mean, there are decent marking gauges available now also, but this is a rosewood, so don't want these things to go to waste. Granted, this is my converted scrub plane. I use a vintage Stanley 78. So I will go cross grain, traversing. It's called traversing. This one was high. Taken these corners off so that I mean, I'm not too concerned about things like when I plane cross grain, it's going to blow out. More than that, it's going to give me a better visual indication of how I am doing, how close I am to the line. Gives a good workout, it works rapidly. Checking my line. This is almost glass polish, and I will use sanding to upgrade it so that it takes the stain and the finish, not because I want to hide any imperfection. Yeah, even a single piece, like a single board, gives a good workout. So I will come back, do the same thing on the remaining pieces. I will take my time on that one, and then I'll start recording on the edge jointing, and we'll go from there. I have planed all of the pieces. I hope, like, for the main structure I have done the correct calculation. If not, I'll come back and prepare one more piece again, but I hope this is enough. So now I am working on edge jointing all these boards, these ones, and I have to work in phases. I have limited space, limited clamps, all those things. So I have already worked on jointing one of the pieces, like here. That's a panel. So again, I need, for my project, I need 13.75 or 13.75. So I have to rip it again, do the same thing with the other one, and the remaining piece I have to see, like, I have I may have to do like 2 or 3 phases of jointing. That's what I mean. So I'll work on another one right now. For the shorter one, I need to edge joint these two. I will keep that for later. So I'm thinking, like, the longer one, let's see, for my case, it's yeah, everything is 13.75 wide. Now let me see which way I want to align these. I want to keep the ones that I had marked, my registration marks, I want to keep on the top. That because I have decided this is the sequence for my jointing. Then we take to the table saw jointer. I'm kidding, I don't have those. So yeah, now in my case I have like freshly sharpened plane. I also have like a couple of blades, spare irons that I have sharpened. So trick of the trade, table may not be uniform, we just put a pencil here. Now this end are touching, so Hopefully this is all aligned. It's going against the grain on one. That was a full width shaving. We'll see. I'll just check like if this is taking care of all the gaps. Since I forgot which side the belly was. Here. Let me quickly see with my straight edge. This side is dipping. Yep. This is done, no gaps. I'll switch over to a number 5. Maybe I need to I could take it out and check, but I'm just checking if there is a hollow or a belly. Looks good, this one. This one is good. Yeah, so I have to join this one. Let's see. Things are visible on the camera. That's my glue. Just enough glue to cover all spots. I mean, once we put the clamping pressure, little bit of clamping pressure, it's going to squeeze out. So it doesn't have to spread completely also. Now before I squeeze any further, I will just use a cross clamp at the center to balance out the pressure. This one, yeah, this is good. Looking at the gaps, these 3 clamps are more than enough actually. This is good. I'll leave it. Yeah, same thing. I have to do one more clamping, rip this and to 2 pieces. The other one I have to do. So here this piece is already like sized like on all four sides. I think I have to plane one end, but they are like, this is dimension, so this will be one side. I have to work on another side. This is a top or the base, like the shelf. I will look at that. They are of the same size, but I will see whichever like grain looks better. I will keep it on the tabletop. So I will work on this, continue working on this like I have been doing it for a few days. Once this is done, I will come back to the actual project. I'll show like what exactly I'm planning, but this is the rough diagram that I have drawn, the bottom one. So yeah, I will explain that as we go.